This is the Sleep Story Temple, where the dreamer becomes the architect. Tonight, we stand at the threshold of the dream gate. Sleep is not just a biological necessity. It is a landscape of infinite creation. For the tired soul, lucid dreaming offers the ultimate liberation, the ability to fly, to heal, and to explore. Through this narrative, we will anchor your consciousness as the body falls away, keeping the light of awareness burning while you enter the landscape of the subconscious. This is a journey into the theater of the mind, where the rules of gravity and time no longer apply. Leave the limitations of the waking world behind. Here, you are the master of the house. Every night, you perform an incredible act of surrender. You close your eyes, you let go of your physical surroundings, and you allow your waking consciousness to power down. For most of your life, sleep has been nothing more than a biological necessity. A dark, quiet room where you go to simply turn off and recover from the exhaustion of the day. But sleep is not an empty room. Sleep is a landscape. It is an infinite, boundless theater of creation. And you are its architect. Tonight, we are going to change the way you rest. We are going to cross the threshold of the dream gate. You are not going to simply black out and vanish into the night. Instead, we are going to carefully anchor your awareness. We will keep the gentle light of your consciousness burning brightly, even as your physical body falls completely and profoundly asleep. Tonight, you are going to wake up inside your own mind. Take a slow, deep breath in. And as you exhale, let the heavy, rigid rules of the waking world fall away. Gravity, time, limitation. They do not exist where we are going. Imagine stepping out of the dark and into a quiet, beautiful room. Look closely at the walls, the floor, the atmosphere. The world around you no longer looks like the harsh, unpredictable reality of your daily life. Instead, it has the rich, comforting texture of a breathtaking, stylized animation. It feels like a tactile, three-dimensional painting. The edges of the room are soft. The lighting is deliberate, a warm, nostalgic, lofi glow that streams through an unseen window, casting long, gentle, perfect shadows across a polished wooden floor. Dust motes drift lazily in the beams of amber light, suspended in the quiet air. This space was designed specifically for you. It is the antechamber of your own imagination. It is flawlessly safe. In the exact center of this beautiful painted room, bathed in a shaft of warm light, stands a small wooden pedestal. Walk toward it. Resting on the velvet cushion of the pedestal is a single, glowing golden key. This key is your anchor point. When we cross over into the dreamscape, the mind naturally wants to drift. It wants to get lost in the chaotic, random thoughts of the day. Without an anchor, your awareness will simply dissolve into regular, unconscious sleep. To remain lucid, to remain the sovereign master of your dream, you must give your waking brain a single physical sensation to hold on to. Reach out your hand and pick up the golden key. Feel it. Experience it in high definition. Notice the sudden, surprising weight of the metal in your palm. It is wonderfully heavy. Notice the temperature. It starts off cool against your skin, but as you hold it, it quickly absorbs your body heat, becoming perfectly warm. Run your thumb over the intricate ridges and the ornate curves of the gold. Press it just firmly enough into your palm that you can feel the distinct, tactile pressure of its shape. Focus all of your wandering attention entirely on the physical sensation of this key. This key is the unbroken thread of your consciousness. As long as you can feel its weight in your hand, you will not lose yourself in the dark. As long as you hold this key, you will know that you are dreaming, and you will retain absolute control. Lie back in the center of the room. The floor beneath you is no longer polished wood. It has seamlessly transformed into a massive, plush, incredibly soft surface that perfectly contours to your spine. Keep your hand gently closed around the warm, heavy gold. Do not let it go. Your mind is now fully anchored. The light of your awareness is protected and secure. You are perfectly alert, perfectly calm, and completely focused on the warm pressure in your palm. It is time to begin the separation. It is time to let your heavy, exhausted physical form stay behind so that your spirit can take flight. Let us prepare the body for sleep. You are lying perfectly still on the plush, contoured surface in the center of the painted room. Your hand is gently closed around the glowing golden key. It is warm, heavy, and reassuring in your palm. This is your anchor. This is the constant variable that will keep you tethered to your conscious awareness. Look around the antechamber of your mind one last time. The lo-fi, nostalgic glow from the windows is beginning to dim, shifting from a warm amber into a deep, comforting velvet indigo. The shadows lengthen across the polished wooden floor, enveloping the edges of the room in soft, safe darkness. The only constant light left is the gentle, golden pulse emanating from your own hand. Now, look away from the room and look inside. Your mind, holding that golden thread of awareness, is perfectly bright, sharp, and alert. But your physical body has carried the immense burden of the waking world for many hours. It is tired. It is ready to be put down. Tonight, we are going to perform a beautiful act of dual consciousness. We are going to allow the physical body to fall into its natural, heavy state of sleep paralysis, while keeping the mental mind awake, watching the entire process. We must send a signal to your nervous system that it is safe to completely power down, so the rules of the physical world can be broken. Bring all of your attention to your feet. Take a slow, deep breath in, drawing the cool indigo air down to your toes. And as you exhale, imagine the skeletal structure of your feet turning into heavy, wet clay. Let them go entirely. Feel them sink several inches into the soft mattress beneath you. They are impossibly heavy. The friction of the day has left them, replaced by a dense, pleasant immobility. Let this heaviness rise up through your lower legs. Your calves and shins become lead. The tight, strong muscles that carried your weight all day long suddenly yield to gravity. The downward pull is inescapable and incredibly comforting. It sinks into your knees. It moves up into your thighs. The large muscles of your legs simply drop away. They are turning to stone, grounding you to the very center of the earth. The sensation of profound heaviness rises into your hips, your pelvis, and your lower torso. You feel your entire lower body being slowly encased in a thick, warm, enveloping concrete. It is not restrictive. It is protective. It is the ultimate security. You could not move your legs right now, even if you wanted to. You are perfectly safe. Your body is entering the first gate of sleep, and you are simply the witness. Check in with your hand. Around the golden key, your arm and shoulder are now wonderfully heavy, turning to lead. But inside the loop of gold, your consciousness is alert. You can still feel the pressure. You can still feel the heat. That single sensation is your lighthouse in the growing indigo dark. Let the lead rise into your chest and shoulders. The heavy physical mask settles onto your torso. It presses your rib cage down, making your breathing slow, deep, and beautifully automatic. Your heartbeat settles into a slow, majestic thunder in the background. Feel the tension melt away from your neck and jaw. Your teeth part slightly. Your tongue softens. The heavy mask settles over your face, smoothing out the lines of worry on your forehead, paralyzing the tiny muscles around your eyes. Your eyes are completely stilled in the velvet darkness. Your body is now entirely asleep. It is dense, immovable, stone-heavy, and warm. It is profoundly paralyzed by rest. But look at the golden light in your hand. Look at the key. Your mind is not heavy. Your mind is weightless, bright, and perfectly clear. The connection between your body and your mind has been safely severed for the night. You have achieved the state of mind awake, body asleep. Now that your physical form is asleep, the painted room can no longer hold you. The indigo walls are beginning to blur. The smooth floor is dissolving into mist. Gravity is letting go. You are about to enter the transition. Do not be afraid. Hold tight to the key. Let us cross the threshold into the first gate. The heavy, stone-like paralysis of your physical body is now complete. You are anchored safely to the mattress, cocooned in a deep, immovable rest. But your mind is completely awake. You are holding the golden key. You can feel its solid, warm weight pressing perfectly into the center of your palm. That single tactile sensation is your tether. It is the proof that you are still here, still aware, and still in total control. With your physical form left behind, the environment around you begins to change. The dark, velvet indigo of the painted room slowly starts to lose its shape. The smooth wooden floor beneath you dissolves, melting away into a soft, bottomless vapor. The walls of the antechamber simply blur and fade into the dark, like a watercolor painting left out in the rain. You are no longer lying in a room. You are floating. You have entered the threshold of light. This is the space between worlds. The scientists call it the hypnagogic state, but tonight it is simply the grand corridor leading into your inner kingdom. Listen to the sound of this space. It is a low, hypnotic, beautiful hum, a slow, sweeping whoosh of ambient energy, like the sound of a distant ocean or wind moving through a vast, open canyon. It is the sound of your own consciousness shifting gears. As you float forward through the dark, the air around you fills with a thick, luminous mist. And within this mist, strange and beautiful things begin to happen. Flashes of brilliant neon color begin to bloom in the darkness. Deep magenta, glowing teal, and shimmering silver. They drift past you like slow-moving fireflies. Look closely at the mist. Complex, high-definition geometric patterns begin to form and dissolve right in front of your eyes. You see intricate mandalas spinning slowly. You see fractal shapes folding in on themselves, expanding and contracting like breathing architecture. Faces, landscapes, and abstract objects briefly flash into existence, rendered in breathtaking, stylized detail, before melting back into the vapor. This is the chaotic, beautiful machinery of your sleeping brain. It is emptying its pockets. It is sorting through the visual static of your waking life. When ordinary sleepers enter this space, they get confused. Their mind tries to grab onto these random shapes, trying to make sense of the geometry. And in doing so, they lose their awareness, slipping unknowingly into the chaotic tide of unconscious dreaming. But not you. You have the golden key. Squeeze the warm gold in your hand. Feel the solid ridges against your thumb. You are the silent observer. You do not need to understand the shapes. You do not need to follow the flashing colors. You simply watch them pass by, like a traveler looking out the window of a quietly moving train. You are completely detached. You are perfectly calm. As you drift deeper into the threshold of light, your physical body, left far behind you, might send a sudden signal. You might feel a brief twitch in your leg. You might experience a sudden, fleeting sensation of falling. Do not be alarmed. Do not pull back. This is simply the hypnic jerk. It is the final mechanism of the waking brain, a tiny test to see if you are truly asleep. If you feel the fall, simply let yourself fall. Surrender to the drop. It is a completely safe phantom sensation. If your body twitches, let it twitch, knowing that it is only an echo from a physical form you are no longer bound to. Grip the golden key. Take a slow, deep, ethereal breath in. And as you exhale, glide smoothly past the falling sensation. Pass effortlessly through the blooming fractal patterns. Float deeper into the beautiful, humming mist. You have successfully navigated the first gate. You kept the light of your awareness burning through the deepest transition of the night. You are incredibly close now. The chaotic, shifting colors begin to settle. The geometric shapes stop spinning. The thick, luminous mist ahead of you slowly begins to part, revealing a steady, brilliant light on the other side. The dream is beginning to render. Your subconscious is building a world for you to step into. It is time to leave the threshold. It is time to see what your mind has created. Let us enter the landscape of symbols. Feel the cool, silent temperature of the stone against your skin. Run your fingertips over the soft, damp plushness of the moss. By focusing intensely on these physical textures, you are sending a powerful signal back to your brain. You are telling it that this world is real. You are forcing the dream to render itself in absolute, flawless, high definition. Feel the gentle wind brush against your face. Smell the incredibly fresh, clean scent of the stylized grass. With every sensory detail you focus on, the valley becomes profoundly stable. The blurring edges sharpen into crystal clarity. The colors become overwhelmingly rich and saturated. The ground beneath your feet becomes undeniably solid. You have locked yourself into the lucid state. The dream is fully rendered, and it is entirely yours. Stand back from the stone archway and look out over the vast, magnificent valley once more. You are standing perfectly safe within the landscape of symbols. You are awake inside your own subconscious, and because this world is made of your own mind, the heavy, restrictive laws of physics no longer apply to you. Look out at the floating islands suspended in the violet sky. Gravity is just an idea, and in this place, it is an idea you no longer have to believe in. It is time to let go of the earth. It is time to remember who you really are. Let us walk to the edge. Let us take flight. The thick, luminous vapor of the first gate slowly pulls back, parting like a heavy silk curtain. The low, hypnotic hum of the threshold fades away, beautifully replaced by the soft, distant sound of wind moving through an open space. The brilliant, scattered light solidifies, organizing itself into form, depth, and breathtaking color. You have crossed over. You are fully inside the dream. Look at what your mind has built for you. You are standing at the edge of a sprawling, impossibly beautiful valley. It does not look like the gray, mundane reality of your waking life. It looks like a masterpiece. It possesses the rich, hyper-detailed, stylized realism of a breathtaking, high-budget animated film. The sky above you is a massive, sweeping canvas painted in deep, saturated hues of apricot, violet, and gold. Towering, incredibly fluffy clouds drift slowly across the horizon, glowing with internal light. Below you, the valley is filled with magnificent, ancient architecture. Massive archways of pale white stone rise out of an ocean of vibrant, emerald green grass. Some of these colossal ruins are suspended effortlessly in the air, massive floating islands of rock and earth hanging silently in the warm sky, defying gravity with absolute grace. Take a moment to simply breathe in the scale of this place. Everything you are looking at, the sweeping clouds, the floating islands, the ancient white stone, is not a physical place. It is a landscape made entirely of liquid thought. This valley is a mirror. It is a direct, three-dimensional reflection of your own subconscious mind. In the waking world, the environment can be hostile, unpredictable, and exhausting. But here, the environment is fundamentally friendly. The earth beneath your feet, the wind on your face, the light in the sky, they are all made of you. They are a supportive, beautiful extension of your own boundless creativity. But the dream state is delicate. Because you are newly arrived, the edges of this world might still feel a little blurred. The architecture might waver slightly, like a mirage in the heat. If you simply stare passively at the horizon, your sleeping brain might lose its focus, and the dream could collapse, pulling you back into the dark. We must stabilize the dream. We must anchor your REM cycle by engaging your senses. Look down at your hand. You are still holding the glowing golden key. Squeeze it tightly. Remind yourself, I am aware. I am in control. Now, walk forward through the emerald grass toward the nearest ancient archway of pale white stone. As you approach it, look closely at the surface. Notice the deep, tactile textures. See how thick, vibrant green moss grows in the cracks of the rock. See how the golden light of the sky catches the rough edges of the stone. Reach out your free hand and press your palm flat against the archway. Feel it. The dream is now perfectly stable. The vibrant emerald grass beneath your feet is solid. The ancient white stone of the archway feels cool and real against your skin. You have locked yourself securely into the lucid state. Now, turn away from the archway and look toward the horizon. Just a few steps ahead of you is the edge of a massive, sweeping cliff. It overlooks the entirety of the breathtaking, stylized valley below. Walk slowly toward the edge. As you get closer, you begin to notice something incredible about the atmosphere. In the waking world, when you stand near a great height, your body instinctively braces itself. Your stomach drops, your knees lock, and the heavy, terrifying pull of gravity demands your absolute respect. But here, at the edge of the subconscious, the air behaves differently. There is no downward pull. Instead, The wind rising up from the valley floor feels thick, warm, and remarkably buoyant. It feels as though the air itself is trying to lift you up, gently pushing against your chest and shoulders, supporting your frame. Stand right at the precipice. Look down at the magnificent ocean of green grass, the winding rivers of liquid silver, and the colossal ruins far below. Bring your hand up and look closely at the golden key resting in your palm. It is glowing with a warm, steady brilliance. It is the absolute proof of where you are. Look at the key and speak this thought clearly in your mind. I am dreaming. This world is mine. I am entirely safe, and I am entirely free. The moment those words echo through your mind, a profound, undeniable shift occurs in the environment. The valley seems to hold its breath. The violet and gold sky burns just a little bit brighter. You have claimed your sovereignty. You have remembered that you are the architect. And because you are the architect, the heavy, restrictive laws of physics are immediately rendered obsolete. Gravity is no longer a law. It is merely a suggestion. And it is a suggestion you are choosing to ignore. Take a deep, fearless breath of the warm, buoyant air and step off the edge of the cliff. You do not fall. Instead, you step into the open air as if the sky were made of invisible, supportive water. You experience a sudden, glorious, breathtaking sensation of absolute weightlessness. The drop catches you. The warm wind wraps around your body, holding you effortlessly in the vast, open space. You are flying. Extend your arms. Lean forward into the sky. You do not need wings to move. You only need intention. You steer entirely with your mind. Where you look, you go. Simply will yourself forward and feel the exhilarating rush of the wind as you begin to soar over the vibrant valley. As you glide effortlessly through the violet sky, a massive wave of euphoria washes over you. In the physical world, resting in your bed, your sleeping brain is reacting to this incredible visualization. It is flooding your nervous system with a rich, heavy release of endorphins. The deep psychological joy of flight is triggering a profound physical unclenching. Every trace of tension, every knot of waking world anxiety, every heavy burden you carried today, it is all instantly vaporized by the sheer, unadulterated thrill of being completely limitless. You bank gracefully to the left, soaring past one of the massive floating islands of white stone and moss. You fly so close that you can run your hand through the tall grass hanging from its edge. You dive downward, picking up incredible joyful speed, skimming just above the silver rivers, feeling the cool mist spray against your face. You pull up, climbing higher and higher into the warm, golden clouds, completely untethered, completely liberated. You are a being of pure light and intention, dancing in the theater of your own mind. There is no fatigue here. There is no pain. There is only the vast, beautiful expanse of your own creative power. As you float near the highest golden clouds, you look out across the horizon and see something magnificent suspended in the distance. It is a grand, luminous hall, floating peacefully in the highest reaches of the sky, glowing with an inviting, brilliant light. It is calling to you. It is the center of your imagination. It is time to leave the valley. It is time to see where your stories are made. Lean into the wind and let us fly toward the Hall of Creators. You glide effortlessly through the warm, golden clouds, completely weightless, guided entirely by the gentle pull of your own intention. As the mist clears, the magnificent structure suspended in the highest reaches of the sky comes fully into view. It is a grand, luminous citadel floating peacefully above the world. The architecture is breathtaking, a perfect blend of ancient, tactile stone and glowing, ethereal energy, resembling the most elaborate, high-budget, stylized 3D masterpiece your mind could possibly conjure. You slow your flight, drifting gently downward until your feet touch softly upon the smooth marble steps of the entrance. You have arrived. You are standing at the threshold of the Hall of Creators. Walk through the towering archways and step inside. The interior is vast, stretching out like an infinite library of light. But this hall does not contain ordinary books. Instead, the air is filled with massive, floating tapestries and softly glowing orbs that drift lazily through the lophie, amber-tinted atmosphere. This is the control room of your imagination. This is the sacred space where every idea, every story, and every vision you have ever possessed is born, stored, and nurtured. In the waking world, the act of creation can sometimes feel like an exhausting grind. You spend massive amounts of energy piecing together complex digital architecture, refining logic, and building structures frame by frame. You search tirelessly for the right words to tell grand historical narratives, trying to capture the essence of ancient warriors or the wonder of humanity's earliest flights into the sky. The waking mind is bound by deadlines, by algorithms, by the relentless demand for perfection, and by the heavy friction of physical fatigue. Writer's block sets in. The creative well feels dry. But look around you in the Hall of Creators. There is no friction here. There is no fatigue. Reach out and gently touch one of the glowing orbs floating past you. Instantly, a brilliant flash of inspiration washes over your mind. You see fully realized cinematic landscapes, perfectly structured frameworks, and vivid, high-retention narratives unfolding effortlessly in brilliant color. You see that the well of your imagination is not a shallow pool that you have to constantly refill. It is an infinite, deep, underground spring. It is entirely inexhaustible. Walk deeper into the hall, letting the warm, amber light wash over your shoulders. Every tapestry hanging in the air represents a project waiting to be realized. You see sweeping historical timelines mapped out in flawless detail. You see the elegant, interconnected logic of digital environments built piece by piece, operating in absolute harmony. You do not have to force these ideas into existence. You do not have to fight for them. Down here, in the deep subconscious, they simply grow on their own, like beautiful, luminous flora in a protected greenhouse. Take a slow, deep breath of the creative air. As you exhale, feel a profound, structural structuring happening within your mind. The heavy, gray ash of waking world burnout is being wept entirely away. The anxious pressure to constantly produce is dissolving into the vast, open spaciousness of pure inspiration. You are reconnecting with the absolute joy of your own potential. You are remembering that your creative sovereignty is a limitless, beautiful power. You are the architect, and this hall is your kingdom. You could stay here forever, exploring the glowing tapestries of your mind. But as you stand in the center of the hall, feeling profoundly restored, you notice something subtle. A very faint, shimmering line of light gently touching the center of your chest. It is time to look at the tether. It is time to feel the absolute security of your rest. Let us find the silver cord. You stand in the center of the luminous Hall of Creators, surrounded by the glowing, floating architecture of your own boundless imagination. The vastness of this place is exhilarating. You have remembered your power. You have touched the infinite well of your inspiration, and you have flown through a world entirely of your own making. But when the mind is given infinite space, a quiet, primal instinct sometimes wonders, if I fly too far, how will I find my way back? Look down at the center of your chest. There, emerging softly from the very core of your being is a single, impossibly thin thread of light. It is the silver cord. It is woven from the pure, quiet frequency of moonlight. It does not glow with the warm amber of the hall, but with a cool, pristine, indestructible brilliance. Reach out and pass your hand through it. It has no physical weight, no friction, and no tension. Yet you intuitively know that it is the strongest material in the universe. It cannot be tangled. It cannot be broken. Follow the shimmering silver thread with your eyes. Watch as it trails gracefully away from your chest, floating out through the grand archways of the luminous hall. Watch it drop smoothly down through the warm, golden clouds. Trace its path as it descends through the violet sky, down past the floating islands and the emerald valley. See it pierce through the thick, luminous mist of the hypnagogic threshold, traveling vast distances in the blink of an eye, down into the quiet, heavy dark. At the very end of this beautiful silver thread is your physical body. Even from this incredible height, you can sense it. Your body is resting exactly where you left it. It is perfectly heavy, incredibly warm, and deeply cocooned in the dark. Your chest is rising and falling with a slow, rhythmic, majestic peace. Your physical heart is beating with a steady, ancient calm. The silver cord is your unbreakable tether to the waking world. It is the absolute guarantee of your return. It means that no matter how deep you go into the subconscious, no matter how high you fly in the dreamscape, you can never, ever be lost. You are fundamentally anchored to the earth. Feel the profound psychological security that washes over you with this realization. In the waking world, you are constantly responsible for your own safety. You have to navigate risk, anticipate problems, and keep your guard up. That constant vigilance is exhausting. But right now, the silver cord is holding all the responsibility for you. Because of this unbreakable connection, the deepest, most primal centers of your brain, the parts that constantly scan the horizon for danger, finally realize that they can turn themselves off completely. Your nervous system initiates its final, most profound surrender. The REM cycle stabilizes entirely. The sleep becomes incredibly deep and wonderfully restorative. You are enveloped in a cocoon of absolute, unconditional safety. You are a sovereign traveler, tethered to a sanctuary of rest. Take a slow, ethereal breath in, drawing the luminous air of the hall into your lungs. As you exhale, let a wave of deep gratitude travel down the silver cord, thanking your physical body for resting so well, for holding the anchor so that your mind could be free. You have seen the magnificent architecture of your mind. You have tasted the absolute joy of weightless flight. You have visited the source of your inspiration. The lucid adventure has been beautiful, but the active journey is reaching its natural, peaceful conclusion. It is time to let the dream softly fade. It is time to return to the profound dark. Let us enter sovereign sleep. The vibrant, luminous architecture of the Hall of Creators has served its profound purpose. You have tasted absolute freedom. You have flown weightless across the magnificent valley of your own subconscious, and you have seen the infinite, exhaustless well of your imagination. The lucid adventure is complete. The active mind is deeply satisfied, and it is finally ready to rest. Watch as the edges of the grand hall begin to beautifully soften. The sharp, hyper-detailed textures of the stone pillars gently blur. The rich, amber light that filled the vast library of your mind slowly begins to dim, cooling into a soft, twilight shade of indigo, and then into a deep, comforting black. You are not losing the dream. You are consciously choosing to let it go. You are the sovereign architect, and you are simply closing the doors of the theater for the night. The tapestries of light dissolve back into a quiet, rolling mist. The floating islands, the silver rivers, and the sweeping skies gently fade away, folding softly back into the unseen fabric of your subconscious. The world of form, of color, of flying and creating, beautifully and peacefully dismantles itself around you. It is replaced by a vast, enveloping, incredibly warm darkness. This is not an empty, lonely void. It is a thick, velvet blanket of pure peace. It is the deepest, most quiet chamber of the night. Bring your awareness one final time to the palm of your hand. Throughout this incredible journey, you have held on to the golden key. It was your anchor. It was the brilliant spark of waking awareness that allowed you to navigate the dreamscape with absolute clarity, ensuring you were never lost in the chaos of sleep. But you do not need it anymore. You are perfectly safe. You are tethered securely to the earth by the silver cord. Your physical body is entirely at rest, completely protected, and deeply paralyzed in comfort. It is time to let the active mind power down entirely. Take a slow, deep, final breath of the cool night air. As you exhale, slowly, deliberately, uncurl your fingers. Open your hand. Watch as the heavy golden key loses its solid form. It softly dissolves into a handful of glowing golden dust. A gentle breeze carries the dust away, scattering it into the velvet dark until the light completely and beautifully vanishes. With the release of the key, your active consciousness gently switches off. You are sinking gracefully beneath the realm of dreams. You are leaving the vivid imagery of the REM cycle behind, descending smoothly into the profound, rolling oceans of delta sleep. In delta, there are no images to process. There are no stories to follow. There is no identity to maintain. There is only pure, biological, and spiritual restoration. Feel the slow, majestic rhythm of this deep sleep state. Your brainwaves have slowed into heavy, rolling swells, like the calm, deep ocean far below the surface. The incredible spaciousness you found while flying through the sky is now internalized, creating vast, healing space within every cell of your resting body. The microscopic exhaustion of your daily life is being repaired in this absolute silence. The nervous system is perfectly still. You are completely unburdened. You are perfectly heavy. You are beautifully silent, and you are exquisitely calm. The transition is complete. The work is done. Surrender entirely to the heavy, velvet dark. The gate is open, and you are the master of the house. The world you see tonight is your own creation, limitless, beautiful, and free. You are the dreamer and the dream. You are safe in your sovereignty. Fly into the deep. Sleep in your power.